Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GK Today YouTube. Now, let's start. What is the name of online challenge for students launched by the Innovation Cell of MHRD? MHRD stands for Ministry of Human Resource Development and AICTE for developing solutions to the coronavirus pandemic. So the name of this initiative is Samadhan, and the Innovation Cell of MHRD along with AICTE have launched this online challenge for students to search and to develop quick solutions to the coronavirus pandemic. What is the brand name of Rapid Antibody Diagnostic Kit for COVID-19 which has been developed by state-owned enterprise HLL Lifecare Limited? So the name of this is Make Sure, and it is a Rapid Antibody Diagnostic Test Kit for COVID-19, and this kit has been approved by NIV and ICMR. DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, along with which private firm has developed a face shield for doctors and for the medical staff treating the COVID-19 patients. So the face shield will act as a barrier so that they do not get infected. So for this, DRDO and Wipro have collaborated, and this full face shield will protect the healthcare personnel from infection. Which state government has unveiled a 5-step plan named 5T plan to tackle the coronavirus? Actually, it is not a state, it is union territory. So right answer is Delhi. So the 5T plan of Delhi is related to coronavirus, and 5T stands for testing, tracing, treatment, teamwork and tracking and monitoring. Which instant messaging platform has limited the sharing of forwarded messages to one chat to prevent the fake news? So this was done by WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an entity of Facebook. So WhatsApp has announced that it has limited the sharing of frequently forwarded messages to only one chat at a time. WhatsApp also launched WHO Coronavirus Health Alert Service in partnership with the Government of India. As per the notification of WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization, which country has topped the world in filing international patents in 2019? So right answer is China. So China has replaced USA and became the topper in terms of filing international patents. So China has filed 58,990 applications through the PCT system of WIPO. What is the name of tropical cyclone that hit South Pacific island nations Vanuatu Islands and Fiji? So the name of this tropical cyclone is Harold, and it started from the Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands is in Pacific Ocean. The International Day of Reflection on the 1994 Genocide is observed on 7th of April to commemorate the genocide happened in which country? Right answer is Rwanda. So the International Day of Reflection on 1994 Genocide is observed on 7th of April to commemorate the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Which institution is set to provide emergency loans to the small and medium enterprises named Safe Plus? So right answer is SIDBI. SIDBI, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India, announced that it will provide emergency loans to the MSME named Safe Plus. Now what is the full form of this Safe Plus? Safe Plus stands for SIDBI Assistance to Facilitate Emergency. Which state government announced a rupee 50 lakh insurance cover for police personnel and state government employees involved in the COVID-19 fight. So this is an initiative of Madhya Pradesh government. The Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh is Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and recently he became the Chief Minister. As per a recent report, about 400 million workers of India will fall into poverty. Now, which international organization released this report? So this is a report by ILO, that is International Labour Organization. So the title of this report is ILO Monitor 2nd edition, COVID-19 and World of Work. So according to this recent report, about 400 million workers of India will fall into poverty. Which manufacturing company announced a collaboration with United Nations Children's Fund, that is UNICEF, for a campaign against COVID-19? So HUL, that is Hindustan Unilever Limited, has decided to collaborate with UNICEF for a campaign against COVID-19. And the name of this campaign is Break the Chain. So the goal of this campaign is to break the chain of transmission of coronavirus. Indian American Brahma Butler, who recently passed away due to COVID-19 in USA. The question is, he was associated to which profession? Right answer is journalism. So he was a journalist and he passed away recently in USA. So he was one of the correspondents of United News of India. Which state or union territory recently approved the establishment of 2 centers for invention, innovation, incubation and training? Right answer is Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. So Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory recently approved the establishment of 2 centers for CIIT. Now Jammu and Kashmir became a union territory from 31st of October 2019. Which Union Ministry of India launched a portal named Integrated Government Online Training, that is IGOT, for capacity building of frontline workers fighting COVID-19 pandemic? So this is an initiative of MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development. Present MHRD Ministry is Mr. Ramesh Nishank. So this training module has been launched in Diksha platform of MHRD. Government has directed Food Corporation of India to provide food grains to non-governmental organizations at OMSS rates. What does OMSS stands for? So it is Open Market Sales Scheme. So recently this was in news because government has directed FCI to provide food grains to NGO and charitable organizations at OMSS. The Government of India has extended the term of BBB. BBB is Banks Board Bureau members by how many years? So this was extended for 2 years. And the ACC, that is Appointments Committee of Cabinet, also approved the extension of chairman of BBB. BBB is Banks Board Bureau, and the chairman of Banks Board Bureau is Mr. BP Sharma. The Supreme Court has directed the central government to provide PPE to the doctors, medical staff attending the coronavirus positive patients. Now, what does PPE stand for? PPE stands for Personal Protective Equipment. So recently, Supreme Court directed central government to provide PPE. Now, to ensure the supply of medical equipments, recently, Ministry of Civil Aviation announced Lifeline Udan initiative. Who has been selected as the nominee for the American presidential elections from the Democratic Party against Mr. Donald Trump? Right answer is Mr. Joe Biden. So he is from Democratic Party. Actually, USA follow 2-party system. There are 2 parties. One is Republican Party, another one is Democratic Party. So Mr. Trump is from Republican Party and Mr. Joe Biden is from Democratic Party. representatives of SAARC had a discussion on the impact of COVID-19 on intra-regional trade through video conferencing. That means this discussion was through video conferencing. Now the question is, how many countries are the member of SAARC? Right answer is 8 countries. So 8 countries are the members of SAARC. Who was named the leading men's cricketer of year by 2020 Wisden Cricketers Almanac? Right answer is Mr. Ben Stokes. So Mr. Ben Stokes was recently named leading cricketer in the world in the 2020 edition of Wisden Cricketers Almanac, and he became the first English cricketer to win this award since 2005. According to the Forbes 34th annual World's Billionaires list, who was named as the richest person in the world? So the founder and CEO of Amazon, Mr. Jeff Bezos, is the richest in the world. His net worth is 113 billion. Mr. Bill Gates is on second position. His net worth is 98 billion. The report titled Economic and Social Survey of Asia and Pacific 2020 Towards Sustainable Economies has been released by which global organization? So this has been released by United Nations. And as per this report, the GDP growth of India for the current fiscal is expected to be around 4.8%. As per a recent online survey among the IT professionals, which city was the most preferred city to work for? Right answer is Bengaluru. So this survey was conducted by a website owned by Times Internet, and it is Tech Gig. And as per this survey, Bengaluru is the most preferred city to work, while Hyderabad is on second position and Pune is on third position. According to the DigiDhan dashboard, which was the most popular means of digital transaction in financial year 2019-20, right answer is Bhim UPI. So Bhim UPI was the most preferred mode of digital transaction. It was followed by prepaid instruments, and debit cards were on third position. Which Union Ministry has launched the revised version of Swachh app to handle the queries specific to COVID-19? Right answer is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So this ministry has launched the revised version of Swachh app, and this app is a flagship grievance redressal tool under Swachh Bharat mission. So now using this app, the COVID-19 related complaints of the citizens will be redressed by the urban local bodies. In the commemoration of small contingent of CRPF who successfully repulsed an attack by Pakistani brigade in 1965, the 9th of April is celebrated as which day? So it is celebrated as Vellore Day. CRPF is Central Reserve Police Force. CRPF is under Ministry of Home Affairs. The Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, that is TriFed, has partnered with which international organization to promote a digital campaign on social distancing for the self-help groups? So TriFed has partnered with UNICEF for this campaign on social distancing. And to promote the social distancing, recently Kerala government launched Break the Chain campaign. What is the amount of financial package released by the Center for India COVID-19 Emergency Response and Health System Preparedness Package to the states and to the union territories? So this is a relief package of rupee 15,000 crores, and this package will be provided in 3 phases, and it will be used to build the health infrastructure in our country. An initiative of Arogya Setu interactive voice response system has been launched by the center in association with which state government? Right answer is Tamil Nadu government. So this IVRS has been launched by the central government in association with Tamil Nadu government and IIT Madras. Which state or union territory has announced Operation Shield in the containment zone to contain the spread of COVID-19? So this is an initiative of Union Territory of Delhi, and this Operation Shield stands for sealing, H stands for home quarantine, I stands for isolation and tracing of people, E stands for delivery of essential items, L stands for local sanitization and disinfection, and D stands for door-to-door checking of people having symptoms of COVID-19. India's fiscal deficit stood at 5.07% of the GDP in February. Now the question is, what is the revised fiscal deficit target for fiscal year as percentage of GDP? So the revised target is 3.8%. So according to a recent report released by the government, India's fiscal deficit was 5.07% of GDP in February, and the government has revised its fiscal deficit target of 3.8% of GDP. Which Indian personality features in the Twitter campaign launched by the Reserve Bank of India to promote digital banking during this lockdown period? So right answer is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So this is a campaign by Reserve Bank of India to promote digital banking. Now RBI was also in news as recently RBI Deputy Governor Mr. N.S. Vishwanathan resigned. NPS, that is National Pension System subscribers, are to be allowed partial withdrawal for covering expenses for COVID-19 treatment. Now which organization manages NPS? So NPS is managed by PFRDA, that is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority of India. And recently PFRDA was in news as it announced that NPS subscribers will be allowed partial withdrawal for covering expenses related to COVID-19 treatment. Chris Cassidy, who was in news recently, is associated to which field? So he is an astronaut of NASA, and recently he was in news because along with two other astronauts, they docked at the ISS. ISS stands for International Space Station. So two other astronauts are A. Evanson and another one is I. Wagner. April 9 is celebrated by World Anti-Doping Agency as which day? So it is celebrated as Play True Day. World Anti-Doping Agency, that is WADA, has been celebrated it since 2014. The headquarters of World Anti-Doping Agency is in Canada. Masatsugu Asakawa is the president of which international financial institution which has assured 2.2 billion assistance to India? Right answer is Asian Development Bank. So the headquarters of this Asian Development Bank is in Philippines, and recently it assured 2.2 billion assistance to India for tackling this coronavirus pandemic. Apart from that, recently World Bank has approved $1 billion financial assistance to India. The center has removed the custom duty and health cess on the import of medical equipment related to COVID-19 till which month of 2020? Now there is a homework for you. What is the difference between cess and surcharge? Okay, now coming back to question. So right answer is September. So recently government announced that it has removed custom duty and health cess on the import of medical equipment related to COVID-19 till September 30. Which e-commerce firm has launched an exclusive insurance policy to cover COVID-19 in association with ICICI Lombard and Go Digital General Insurance? Right answer is Flipkart. So Flipkart has launched this insurance policy in association with ICICI Lombard and Go Digital Insurance. And these two health insurance policies which provide instant claim benefits. That means they do not require any medical test at the time of purchase of this health policy. IIT Robot has developed a technology to sensitize groceries and currency notes from COVID-19. Now the question is, in which state of India this institution is located? So it is located in Punjab. Ropar is in Punjab and it has developed this technology to sensitize the groceries and currency notes. What is the name of campaign launched by the Ministry of Human Resource Development for crowdsourcing of ideas to improve online education ecosystem in our country? So the name of this initiative is Bharat Padhe Online. So this campaign for crowdsourcing of ideas to improve the online education system is an initiative of MHRD. Which former governor of RBI has been named in external advisory group of IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva? Right answer is Dr. Raghuram Rajan. So recently IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva named Dr. Raghuram Rajan as the part of external advisory group of IMF. Dr. Raghuram Rajan is the ex-governor of RBI. RBI stands for Reserve Bank of India. National Commission for Women launched a WhatsApp number to report the cases of domestic violence. Now the question is, where is the headquarters of NCW? So the headquarters of NCW is in New Delhi, and recently it launched a WhatsApp number, and this is the WhatsApp number. Now NCW is a statutory body. The headquarters of NCW is in New Delhi. Which PSU, that is Public Sector Undertaking of India, partnered with the AIIMS Rishikesh and developed a remote monitoring system for COVID-19. So this has been done by AIIMS Rishikesh and Bharat Electronics Limited, and they have developed a remote monitoring system for COVID-19, and this system reduced the need of PPE for doctors. PPE stands for Personal Protective Equipment. ICMR has given approval to plasma therapy for COVID-19 treatment to Sri Chhatra Tirunal Institute of Medical Sciences and Technology. Now the question is, in which state of India this institution is located in? So it is located in Kerala, and recently ICMR approved this plasma therapy for COVID-19 treatment. So ICMR is Indian Council of Medical Research. It is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Who represented India in the recently held G20 Extraordinary Energy Ministers Virtual Meeting? Right answer is Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan. So if we talk about G20, Saudi Arabia is the president of G20 this year. What is the name of that renowned Hindustani classical singer and Padma Shri awardee who passed away recently? Right answer is Shanti Hiranan. So Shanti Hiranan, who was well-known Hindustani classical singer and Padma Shri awardee, passed away recently. She was trained in various styles of music including Thumri and Ghazal. John Prine, who recently passed away, was a famous American personality associated with which field? So John Prine was associated to music, and he passed away recently due to complications from this COVID-19, and he was from USA. Krakatau Volcano, which was recently seen erupting ash and lava, is situated in which country? So it is in Indonesia. So this volcano is in Indonesia, and this was in news because of the volcanic eruptions. As per the recent notification from MHA, which industry has been exempted from the lockdown? Right answer is fishing and aquaculture. So this fishing and aquaculture industry has been exempted from the lockdown. This lockdown was imposed to prevent the transmission of coronavirus. Former CMD of National Housing Bank, R.V. Verma, has been appointed as non-executive chairman of AU Small Finance Bank. Where is the headquarter of AU Small Finance Bank? So the headquarter is in Jaipur. The World Homeopathy Day is celebrated on which day every year? So it is celebrated on 10th of April. And the theme of this year's World Homeopathy Day was enhancing the scope of homeopathy in public health. Now, if we talk about few other important days, 7th of April is World Health Day. National Safe Motherhood Day is celebrated on 11th of April, which scheme was launched in 2011 to encourage institutional deliveries. So the name of the scheme is Janni Sisu Suraksha Karyakram. The International Day of Human Spaceflight is celebrated on 12th of April to commemorate the first flight carried out by which astronaut? Right answer is Yuri Gagarin. So this 12th of April is celebrated as International Day of Human Spaceflight, and on 12th of April in 1961, first human spaceflight was carried out by Russian astronaut Yuri Gagarin. What is the name of design software system jointly launched by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog and the National Informatics Center? So the name of this initiative is Collab CAD. Atal Innovation Mission and NIC have jointly launched this software called Collab CAD, and the software is aimed at enabling the students of Atal Tinkering Lab to create 3D designs and models. Which Union Ministry has launched a nationwide call center to ensure free movement of agricultural commodities in this lockdown period? So this is an initiative of Ministry of Agriculture to ensure the free interstate movement of agricultural commodities. Present Agriculture Minister is Mr. Narendra Singh Tomar. Nearby Spot is an initiative of which technological firm to provide information on locating local stores that sells essential things? So this is an initiative of Google, and to be specific, this is an initiative of Google Pay, and this feature enables the user to locate the local stores that sells essential things, and this will help in finding out whether these stores are open or not during this lockdown period. Exit from the lockdown is a report released by which industry body of India? So it is a report by CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and it has released a report, and as per this report, this Confederation of Indian Industry expect the announcement of economic package before the lifting of restrictions, and the report also suggested that government should give adequate notice before announcing the end of these restrictions. Now, if we talk about CII, it is non-governmental, non-for-profit organization. The headquarters is in New Delhi, and it was founded in 1895. Presently, Mr. Vikram Kirloskar is the president of CII, and T.V. Narendran is the vice president of CII. GMR Airports Limited received approval to build a greenfield international airport at Bhogapuram. In which state this place is situated? So it is situated in Andhra Pradesh, and it is going to be a greenfield project. What is the meaning of greenfield and how it is different from brownfield? See, greenfield is a completely new project. That means it is a new infrastructure project on unused land. On the other hand, brownfield project is upgradation of existing project. So in simplest term, this was the difference. Now coming back to original question. So the subsidiary of GMR Infrastructure has received the letter of award for the development of this project in Andhra Pradesh. Now the state was also in news because of Disha Act. It is a legislation to provide stringent punishment for crimes against women. The veteran army officer and former DG of Rashtriya Rifles passed away recently. Now the question is, what was his name? So his name was Mr. KPD Samant, and he was the former DG of Rashtriya Rifles, and he played a crucial role in 1971 Indo-Pakistan War, in 1984 Operation Blue Star, and in 1999 in Kargil War. He passed away recently, that's why he was in news. CIC, that is Chief Information Commissioner, and all information commissioners have decided to take a 30% voluntary cut in their basic salaries. Now, who is the Chief Information Commissioner of India? So, to contribute to the government's fight against COVID-19, the CIC and all information commissioners have decided to take 30% cut in their basic salaries. That means they are going to take 30% less amount. Now coming back to original question. So CIC is Mr. Bimal Julka. Now CIC and Information Commissioners function as per the provisions of RTI Act. RTI stands for Right to Information. Who was the first Law and Justice Minister of Independent India who was conferred Bharat Ratna in 1990 posthumously? Right answer is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the first Law and Justice Minister of Independent India. Operation Meghdoot is commemorated as which day on 13th of April every year by Indian Army? Right answer is Siachen Day. So Indian Army launched Operation Meghdoot in 1984 on 13th of April to secure the passes on Salt Rivers from Pakistan. Which country has recently approved a sale of anti-ship missiles and torpedoes to India? Right answer is USA. So recently USA notified about its approval to sell Harpoon air-launched anti-ship missiles and lightweight torpedoes to India. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has announced a challenge to develop video conferencing solution under which scheme? So this was announced under Digital India scheme, and this is an initiative of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So this innovation challenge for the development of video conferencing solution was announced under Digital India program. Any Indian IT startup and software product company can participate in this challenge, and the winning team, which is going to present the world-class solution, will receive assistance of rupee 1 crore with additional support of rupee 10 lakh for 3 years. Which country recently announced that it would host the Asian Boxing Championship for men and women in November-December 2020? So this was announced by India, and the last edition of this Asian Boxing Championship held in Thailand in Bangkok. Now Thailand was in news as recently it became the first country in Asia to roll out plain packing of cigarettes to discourage smoking. For the first time in year 2020, 14th of April has been observed as the which year by WHO? Right answer is World Chagas Day. So to create awareness about the Chagas disease, 14th of April will be observed as World Chagas Day, and it is a disease caused by parasites. In the webinar series Dekho Apna Desh launched by Ministry of Tourism, which city was covered in the first webinar? So this Dekho Apna Desh is an initiative of Ministry of Tourism to provide information about the important destinations in our country, and in the first webinar in this series was about Delhi. So right answer is Delhi, and the title was City of Cities, Delhi's Personal Diary. The Union Ministry of External Affairs, that is MEA, has announced a training program on COVID-19 for healthcare professionals of which regional group? So this was announced for SAARC. SAARC is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and the training will be provided through ITEC. World Economic Outlook is the flagship report of which international institution that recently lowered India's growth to 1.9% in the current fiscal. So this is a report of IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. So World Economic Outlook is a report of IMF, and as per that forecast, India is going to grow at 1.9%. COVSEC, that is COVID-19 Sample Collection Kiosk, was developed by the laboratory of which institution? So this was developed by the laboratory of DRDO. DRDO is under Defense Ministry. Recently, a new department was created in Defense Ministry. It is Department of Military Affairs, and it will be headed by CDS. As of 2020, what is the maximum subscription an individual can make in sovereign gold bond scheme? issued by the government of India. So this sovereign gold bond initiative was started in 2015 and it was started to reduce the demand of physical gold. That means to reduce the demand of actual gold, and instead of that encouraging people to invest in this gold bond issued by the government of India. And as per this scheme, the minimum subscription for an individual in the bond is 1 gram of gold and maximum is 4 kg. While in case of HUF, that is Hindu Undivided Family, it is 4 kg, and in case of trust, it is 20 kg. Which mobile application is the fastest in world to reach 50 million users as per the announcement of Niti Aayog? So this mobile application is Arogya Setu and it completed 50 million users in just 13 days. It has been developed by NIC, that is National Informatics Center, and it is available on both Android and iOS. Which is the first Indian state to get approval from ICMR for pool testing for COVID-19? So ICMR is Indian Council for Medical Research. It is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and recently it approved this pool testing for sample collection. Now what exactly is this pool testing? Which country has recently announced that it would stop the funding provided to WHO? Right answer is US. So we have already discussed this question yesterday. WHO is World Health Organization. Headquarter is in Geneva. The head of WHO is Mr. Tedros Adhanom. He is from Ethiopia. World Art Day is celebrated on 15th of April every year by which global organization? So it is celebrated by UNESCO. The headquarters of UNESCO is in France, in Paris. So 15th of April is World Art Day. It is the birth anniversary of legendary artist Leonardo da Vinci. TLTRO route, which was in news recently, is associated to which organization? So it is associated to RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. TLTRO stands for Targeted Long-Term Repo Operations. So recently RBI announced that banks that have availed funds under this TLTRO route will have to deploy these funds within 30 days. In 2020, which country holds the chairmanship of ASEAN bloc? So ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations and it is an association of 10 countries, and ASEAN was formed in 1967 through Bangkok Declaration. So this year the chairman of ASEAN is Vietnam. Last year Thailand was the head of ASEAN bloc. COVID Gyan, which was in news recently, is it is a website that was started by TIFR, that is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, IISc, that is Indian Institute of Science, and TMC, that is Tata Memorial Center. So this website is going to provide information related to COVID-19. Which international organization has launched an interactive service about COVID-19, and the name of the service is Health Alert. So the service was launched on Facebook Messenger and it was launched by WHO. Previously it was launched on WhatsApp. Now it has been launched on Facebook also. The term LRF, that is Long Range Forecast, is used to predict which parameter? So it is associated to weather forecasting. To be specific, it is associated to monsoon rainfall. And recently IMD, that is India Meteorological Department, released the first stage of long range forecast for southwest monsoon. Which country recently organized parliamentary elections amid COVID-19 pandemic? So right answer is South Korea. So recently elections held in South Korea and the party of South Korean President Moon Jae-in won the parliamentary elections.